Hey everyone! Oh my gosh, we are here live. I am so excited to have you here. I see so many of you guys already jumping in the comments. So what I would love to have you do as you are joining in, as you're coming in, go ahead and let me know where you're watching in from and your Instagram handle. This just lets me know exactly who's here, who's hanging out. And one fun thing, if you are using the chat box down below, you can actually set your name. So I highly recommend you do that because that way it doesn't just give you like an anonymous random name. Like I love knowing who's actually here. So set your name, tell me where you're watching in from, tell me your Instagram handle. I am so excited to have you here. And for those of you who are just coming in and just joining in, what I want to share with you is we're going to be going through a lot of stuff today. And I don't know about you, but I love to take notes. And what I have found over the years is the stylists who take notes and who take copious notes are the ones who retain the most information, and they're the ones that actually implement what we're going to be teaching today. So I'm going to give you a few minutes before we get started, but go ahead and grab a notebook and pen. You're going to want it. I'm going to tell you this right now. I taught this class on Thursday. We had stylists taking like pages upon pages of notes. In fact, one girl was even like drawing these really cool things with it. So grab a notebook and pen. You're going to want to have them. And I am just so excited to have you guys here. I'm going to jump over to my chat over here just to see who's here hanging out with me live. Okay, let me just double check this thing, refresh my screen. Okay, we've got the Art of Business who's here. Hey guys, how are you? Hairbrained is here. Let's see, Nancy's here, Lindsay's here, Amber's here, Bree's here, Crystal's here. We got people from Florida. Oh my gosh, Pennsylvania, Indianapolis. Let's see here, James is here. Oh gosh, wow, the comments are just coming in. Sandra's here, I love it. O'Neill, Jeffrey, let's see here. Okay, it's literally like going by so fast that my computer's like lagging. Let me log in again. Sonia from the UK, James is from the UK, Charlotte, North Carolina, Denver, Washington, D.C., Tampa, Florida, Holly's here, Callie's here, Janelle's here, Mia's here. Oh my gosh, so many people joining in. I love it. Before we get started, one thing that I wanted to say again, if you haven't grabbed a notebook, for those of you joining in, grab a notebook, grab a pen. But what I want to say before we jump in and before I switch over to my slides is one of the things that might happen, and hopefully it won't happen, but if for some reason it does, especially if you're watching on a mobile phone, sometimes this can happen, where basically if it starts to freeze or glitch or something happens, usually it's on your end. So what you have to do is just jump out or hit refresh on the screen. And usually if you refresh the link, it works perfectly. Now, one thing I will mention for those of you who are watching on a phone, throughout the class, I'm going to have you guys add into the chat. I'm going to have you chat back and forth because that's one of my favorite things is being able to chat with you here back and forth. It feels like a conversation. Like I never want these classes to be like me just talking at you. I want your input. I want your conversation. So I'm going to ask you to type in the chat a lot. Now, for those of you who are watching on a phone, one thing that can happen is sometimes it can actually take away the video if you type into the chat. So if that happens on your phone particularly, I actually don't want you to type in the chat because what can happen is you might miss something on the screen. So if you're on a mobile phone, no big deal. I know that you're there, but if you're on a computer or you're in a place where you can type back and forth, I want you to type back in the comments and to hang out with us. And like I said, again, if for some reason something goes wonky, usually just refresh your screen and it should work. I have both computers over here, so I'm kind of watching everywhere just to make sure that everything is all good to go. All right, we are going to jump over to our slides. I do have Instagram Live over here. You guys can't see it, but it's off to the side. And for those of you who are here watching on Instagram Live, head over to the link in my bio, get your seat. I'm going to send you over the link. You're definitely going to want to see the slides over here because we've got some good stuff going on. And everybody who's here in the actual class is stoked. So let's switch over to my slides. I'm going to make my screen just a little bit bigger here. So as you can see, it says how to continue to show up for your clients on Instagram without stressing about coming up with captions and taking photos while you're insanely busy in the salon. I am so excited about this class today because truly it's one of those things where Instagram can feel really overwhelming right now. And I'm going to talk today about why it is so important for you to continue to show up for your clients on Instagram. So I'm going to be showing you how you can make the shift from feeling insanely overwhelmed and stressed out by trying to keep up with Instagram while being busy at the salon right now. And by the end of our time together, you're going to have a toolkit to help you post consistently and save you over 5 hours a week. If that sounds like something that you are excited about, go ahead and type a yes in the chat box. Chelsea's saying she can't see anything or hear anything. Again, just go ahead and refresh your screen. Somebody can tell her that in the chat because she obviously can't hear me say that. But again, just refresh your screen and it should be good to go. So before we get started, one thing that I want to mention, I like to say, get rid of distractions. And so I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person that sits on Netflix and is also scrolling on my phone and looking at the Explore page. And then suddenly I'm watching some slime videos or satisfying videos, right? Those nail videos. I don't know about you, but that's me. So today's class, I am going to talk quickly. And the biggest thing that I don't want to happen is I don't want you to miss out on anything. So put your phone on silent, especially if you're watching on another device, put it on silent, put it away. I want you to be here fully focused. The next thing is close the door. Get rid of any distractions. Like I said, whatever that might look like for you. Grab a notebook and pen. If you haven't already done that, like I mentioned at the very beginning, you're definitely going to want to grab a notebook and pen so that you can retain as much of this information as possible. And last but not least, get ready to learn a ton and start saving time creating content for Instagram. So I get it. I know that you have probably felt a little overwhelmed with life and business lately. Here's the deal. The last couple months that we have had in life, in business, on Instagram have been crazy. We keep saying 2020 is the year, right? And at the beginning of this year, everyone was like, 2020 is going to be my year. And then we were like, why did I say that? I immediately regret that. But I know that you have been feeling probably a little bit overwhelmed with just everything going on in life and business. And so I would love to know how you're feeling. And this just gives me kind of an idea of where you're at so that I can make sure that I'm using this time to serve you the best way possible. So I'd love to know, and I would love to know actually in the chat. So those of you who are here in the chat, go ahead and type in number 1. If you're just feeling exhausted, trying to keep up with everything at the salon, with sanitizing and disinfecting and getting in all your appointments and wearing a mask and making sure to Lysol everything and all the regulations, that it's starting to wear down on you. And Instagram is truly the last thing on your mind. Go ahead and type in number 1 if that's you. Maybe number 2, you're feeling frustrated because you don't have enough photos or videos to post because you've used up all the content while you're stuck at home, or you aren't able to take a ton of photos of your clients right now. So go ahead and type in number 2 if you're just feeling frustrated that you're out of content. Go ahead and type in number 3 if you are feeling guilty because you know that you probably should be posting on Instagram, but it's literally the last thing on your mind and the last thing that you want to do when you get home from a 10-hour day at the salon, standing on your feet, hearing your clients' stories, hearing their emotions. If that's you, go ahead and type in number 3. And maybe number 4, you're just feeling uncertain. You don't know what to post on Instagram. You don't know what to say in your captions. So you go to post and you end up staring blankly at your phone until you just give up and you don't even post at all. If that's you, go ahead and type in number 4. So quick recap. Number 1, you're just feeling exhausted, trying to keep up with everything. Number 2, you don't have enough content to post. Number 3, you're not posting enough and you're feeling guilty about that. And number 4, you just don't know what to say or to post. So I'm going to go over to the chat right now. Let's see here. Oh, I have to scroll way down. Okay, I'm seeing 4, 4, 3, 4, definitely 4, says Ava. 3, 4, 2. Britt says number 4. Jenny says 3. 4 is so spot on. Lots of 4s today. Caitlin says 2 and 4. Britt says 1, 2, and 3. Nikki says 3. Crystal says 2 and 3. 2 and 4. All of the above. I love it. LOL, I have felt all of these at the same time, says Lindsay. 1 and 3, says Nikki. 2, 4, and 3. 2 and 3, says Kara. Okay, awesome. This, again, just gives me an idea of where you're at and what's been going on, and so that I can serve you better. So the one thing that I just wanted to say is no matter how you're feeling right now, No matter if you typed a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, I just want to be the first to say that your feelings are valid. And whether you're exhausted, you're tired, you're overwhelmed, you're stressed out, even feeling anxious or uncertain, you're allowed to feel that way. And I think that's really important to realize right now, that you're allowed to feel those feelings. You're allowed to feel it all. But my job is, I want to help you get back your time when it comes to creating content so that Instagram feels easy and actually enjoyable again. So before we dive into today's class, I just wanted to introduce myself. I don't know if this is our first time hanging out. And in fact, if this is our first time hanging out, maybe you've never been on one of my classes before, you just stumbled on my Instagram, go ahead and type first time in the chat. I would love to know if this is our first time hanging out. And maybe you've been on one of my classes before. And if that's the case, go ahead and type the word OG. Like you're an original, you've been here before. And that just gives me an idea of who is hanging out here. But I wanted to share a little bit of my story when it relates to what is going on right now. So here's the thing. I have been in the industry for over 10 years. And in the beginning days of my career, I did not know how to grow my business. I was really struggling with trying to get clients and using things like Groupon, giving out free services. And ultimately, I'll fast forward a couple years because I don't want to tell you the whole boring story. But basically, I ended up being able to use Instagram to completely transform my business. Now, here's a picture of me when I was in beauty school. I believe this is like our first or second day with me with my very first roller set. I was so proud of that. And little did I know what was ahead of me when I came to be a hairstylist. No one told me that I was actually gonna have to be a business owner. In fact, I was just taught how to do perms, right? And rollers and how to do some finger waves. I did not expect that I was gonna have to be a business owner and actually have to learn how to market my business. So like I said, fast forward a couple years, I was working at a salon and I really started to hone in on Instagram and really hone in on how I could use Instagram to grow my business behind the chair. And so I started to post on Instagram. I started to get really clear on like, okay, what does that look like? What do I need to be doing to create a strategy versus just posting randomly here and there? And so at this point, you can see in this photo, this is actually when my business started to completely explode. I went from not being very booked up, not having dream clients, like just getting all of the walk-ins and call-ins from Yelp, to absolutely being booked out 2 to 3 months in advance. And in fact, I wasn't just booked out with any clients. I had dream clients. And I say dream clients because they were clients that were bringing in my photos of their work. They loved what I was doing. They were willing to pay high ticket prices, and they were willing to wait months to see me. I had a schedule that was booked out months in advance, and they would contact me and they're like, whatever I need to do to get on your schedule, they wanted to wait to see me. And even when I raised my prices twice in 1 year, I know that that might sound taboo, that you're raising them twice in 1 year, but even when I did that, they still wanted to come back and I still retained all of my dream clients. And that was the thing that I knew, okay, that's the difference. It wasn't me taking call-ins from Yelp and just getting all these random clients. The difference was learning how to use Instagram to grow my business. And by that point, I started to create a unique page that started to attract the right kind of followers that turned into actual clients. And I knew how to nurture them and turn them into real clients. So fast forward again, another year, I was to the point where I was so booked up. I was making easily $1,000 a day in the salon. I had to hire an assistant. I had to double book. And I ended up moving into a bigger space, into my own salon. And it got to the point where I was so busy behind the chair and so stressed out that I actually wasn't putting as much effort into Instagram. And I knew that Instagram was something that was causing me to feel that feeling of burnout. And maybe you're feeling that place right now. Maybe you go into the salon and you totally forget to take photos, or I would sit down at the end of my day and I'm like, oh crap, I need to post on Instagram. It's been a while. So I would try to write out a caption and nothing would come to mind. And it kind of just felt like this second job that I had to do, or this extra chore that wasn't enjoyable again. Where in the beginning, it was super enjoyable and I loved it. And it got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. I was super over it. And so I knew that I had to do something, because Instagram was the thing that grew my business to the point where it was. And if I didn't change something, then I don't know what would have happened. And so what I decided to do was I decided to create a toolkit. We're going to talk about how you can do this in your business today. And once I had that, I was easily able to keep up with my Instagram and continually be attracting those new dream followers that turned into dream clients. So I want to ask you right now, and go ahead and type this in the chat box, but how would it feel to have a toolkit and plan for your Instagram that alleviates stress and overwhelm while helping you attract new followers that turn into dream clients? Go ahead and just let me know in the chat box how that would feel. Somebody says, you were blonde. Yes, I was blonde. I was purple. I've had a lot of different hair colors. I have short hair, long hair, all of the different things. And I'm seeing some first timers here. I love it. I'm so glad that you guys can be here today. It makes me so, so happy. So let me know in the chat box, how would that feel to have a toolkit and a plan for your Instagram that alleviates stress and overwhelm while helping you attract new followers that actually turn into dream clients? Take a sip of water here real quick. Lindsay says, amazing. James says, amazing, amazing. I love it. Julie says, like a dream, LOL. Too good to be true, says Cassandra. Wow, I love that. Amazing, says Caitlin. Stars, high fives. I'm loving it. Relieving, that would be a game changer. Michelle says, teach me your sorcery. Freeing, sounds good to me. Amazing. Christina says, it's my first time here too. Welcome, Christina. I'm so excited that you're here. Okay, awesome. So I know that this would be something that would be a game changer in your life. So we're going to walk through how to do that. So as we get started today, there's one thing that I want you to know. Here's what it is. It is so important now more than ever to be showing up consistently on Instagram as a hairstylist, and here's why. So some of you might be watching this and you might think that Instagram is only for gaining new clients. But right now, this very moment, what's going on in our world, it's not just about gaining new clients. It's also about retaining your current clients. So I'd love to know in the chat box, number one or number two, which are you right now? Number one, are you so busy with clients and booked out for weeks and months, trying to get all your clients in after quarantine that you can't even think straight? If that's you, type a number one. And if number two, maybe you're just not that busy or you're not that booked and you still need to gain new clients. So go ahead and type a number one or a number two, because again, this just gives me a great idea of where you're at. I love you guys are saying, sounds like a good plan. Yes to the toolkit. First time here, says Zara from New York. I love it. That would feel magical, says Jeffrey. I love it. Okay. Sorry, it's a little bit of a delay with the chat today. So, okay, Jessica says she's a 2. Tiana says number 1. Fatima, a number 2. Stylist for you says 2, or says 1, 1, both, 2, 1-ish, says Catherine. Sonia says 2. Christina says 2, 1. Okay, wow. So we have a great mix here today, which I love. So here's the thing. No matter which one you selected, 1 or number 2, there is something that you need to pay attention to today. So here's the deal. Clients are looking for new stylists now more than they ever have before, which means if you gave me a number 2 in the chat box, you're not as booked as you want to be. This is an opportunity right now to start attracting new clients, because clients are out looking for stylists. And this is your chance to attract those new clients right now. And maybe you typed in number 1 that you're already booked out. You're super busy. You're just trying to get your clients in. You're just trying to do all the things. But here's why this is important, because right now you must take this time to retain your current clients and nurture potential clients. So your goal right now, no matter if you typed number 1 or you typed number 2, should be to retain current clients, attract new clients, and nurture potential clients. And this is what I call the RAN framework. And we're going to be walking through this RAN framework of retaining, attracting, and nurturing potential clients, and why it's so important right now. This isn't something that worked 3 months ago. This isn't something that was relevant a year ago. This is exactly what you need to be doing right now. In fact, if you're not posting on Instagram consistently, your business will not only not be growing, but it can actually be shrinking. And so I want to ask you, are you utilizing the RAN framework with your Instagram page and your content? And chances are you probably aren't. So we're going to be walking through exactly how you can do that in an easy way. But you might be thinking, okay, well, Jamie, where am I supposed to find the time to consistently post and write engaging Instagram captions? Half of the time, squeezing in a lunch break or getting some water in is dang near impossible right now. Or maybe you're thinking, I literally only have like 2 photos left in my gallery to share. I've used up all of my content and I can't take a ton of photos of my clients just yet. Like, what should I do? So I'm going to walk you through how to continue to show up and put the RAN framework in place without getting overwhelmed or burnt out from creating content or posting on Instagram. And that's a key. I would hate for you to walk away today feeling more stressed out or feeling more overwhelmed by all these things that you have to do. I never want that for you. In fact, my goal for you is actually to take off more off your plate. So we're going to be walking through how to put this in place without extra work and without all of the burnout that comes from creating content and posting on Instagram. So here's the thing. With every challenge comes an opportunity. And I truly believe that. I know that we have been given so many challenges in the last couple months. This year has just been challenge after challenge after challenge. But I want you to know that with every challenge comes a beautiful opportunity. And if we can start to look at life this way, it's such a game changer. But I really want you to start looking at Instagram this way. And so today we're going to be going through 3 challenges that you probably are facing right now that can actually be turned into much bigger opportunities. So let's dive in. Challenge number 1, not having enough content to post. And I know so many of you guys said earlier, this is something that I'm struggling with. So let's walk through what we can do if we don't have enough content to post. And for those of you who are watching on Instagram Live, come on over to the actual one by clicking the link in my bio because you're going to want to see these slides. So if you feel like you have no content left to post, it could be because you're only posting one type of content. So I want to ask you, does your page look like this? Now, this is a stylist who has been posting one type of content. And I'd actually love to know in the chat box, what kind of content would you say that this person has been posting one of? Go ahead and just let me know in the chat box. I think you guys will be able to get it. But if your page looks like this, where it's just hair photo after hair photo after hair photo, and these I would even consider called mugshot photos, where they're just front, back, side, they're boring hair photos. And unfortunately, I see so many pages that look like this, where it's just the same thing over and over and over again. And instead, what if your page looked like this, where it had a ton of personality? There's photos of the client, the stylist working, there's product photos, there's processing photos, there's beautiful hair photos, there's not mugshot photos, right? Both of these pages are Instagram pages I see out there all the time. But one has way more personality. Here's another example. We've got some different product photos. We've got photos of, these clients having fun, movement. And in fact, there's not even a photo of the stylist on here, but you can see that this page has so much more personality. So let me know in the chat box, would you rather have your page look like page number 1 or page number 2 and 3? This is a huge thing, and this is what's going to help you actually stand out from other stylists and salons on Instagram. If your page looks like the first page, you're not going to stand out, right? You're going to look like everybody else. And so how can we set you apart? So adding different types of content, not just hair photos, and you guys totally nailed it. Only hair, only balayage, only waves. That's what my feed looks like. I've tried to change it up, but I have no idea what to post. Taylor, this is for you then. And for those of you who are thinking the same thing, this one is for you. So here's the thing. Adding different types of content will, number 1, help you stand out from other stylists and salons in your area and entice someone to click the follow button. So I want to ask you, and I want you to ask yourself this, what is making you stand out from other stylists or salons in your area? Do you look like everyone else? Do you sound like everyone else? Does your page just look boring? And is it actually making people click the follow button? Number 2, it'll help you nurture your potential clients and turn them into actual clients. So once we've got somebody to click the follow button, then it's not just all of a sudden they click to book an appointment, right? we have to nurture those people. We have to nurture that relationship, and we have to let them get to know us and like us and trust us as their stylist. So I want to ask you, is your content helping your audience get to know, like, and trust you as their stylist to actually reach out to book an appointment? And lastly, adding different types of content will help you build a stronger relationship with your current clients. So are you using your content to strengthen your relationship with your current clients? It's not just about getting new followers. I think so often we focus on getting new followers and trying to attract new people and trying to always get new people to our chair or always get new followers. But we forget about our current followers and our current clients who have already invested in us. So are you using your content to strengthen that relationship in between appointments? So again, this is where that RAN framework comes into place. Are you Are you retaining current clients? Are you attracting new clients and nurturing potential clients? Now, real quick, I just wanted to point out the reason why retain is at the top is because it's actually easier and way cheaper to retain a current client than it is to gain a new client. So I just wanted to mention that I think so often we start with getting new clients, attracting new clients, then nurturing them, and then retaining them. But if we could flip the switch and actually start with retaining our current clients, retaining the people who have already paid us money, who have already sat in our chair, who have already invested in us, that's where we should start. So retaining, attracting, and nurturing. And that's, again, where that RAN framework comes in. Okay, so I have actually polled my audience, and here's what the majority of hairstylists said. They said that more than 7% or 7 of their top 9 photos were hair photos. Only a few stylists said they had a mix of hair and other photos, and less than 20% of stylists said they had equal parts of hair and other types of photos. So I want to ask you in the chat box, from your last 9 photos on Instagram, how many of them are of hair? Go ahead and let me know in the chat box. And the reason why I bring this up and the reason why I share with you the poll results is because if you are able to add in different types of content, you're going to be in the 20% of stylists who actually have done that. And if not, you're going to be in the 80% of stylists who aren't standing out. And there's a reason why they're not standing out, right? So I want you to know, or I want you to share with me how many of your top 9 photos are of hair. Jenna says, I need help. I am a student. I don't know what to post. Jenna, get ready. We're going to talk about that in just a quick second. Okay, so 6, 8, let's see here. 6, 8, 6, 4, 0. 0 of them are of hair. Eek, 7, all 9, every other photo, 3. I'm not just a hairstylist. Okay, so if you're not just a hairstylist and you're watching this, then how many of your top 9 are of your work? That would be another good question. None. Oops, all COVID updates. Ooh, interesting. 8 out of 9, 8 out of 9, 6 with a little sad face. Jen says 4. That's pretty good. 8. Okay, awesome. Great. So I want to share with you some new photo ideas. So here's an example. So stock photos. So this could be product photos. This could be tools. This could be your shears. This could be a phone, a notebook. These are what I call filler photos. And the reason why I recommend these, number one, is because they help balance out your page. And when somebody lands on your page, it's not just a, blank sheet of all hair, 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 hair. It helps break up the feed, and it helps kind of give the eye something else to look at. This also helps make your page look a lot more cohesive by adding in different types of content. And lastly, product photos are great because they help you start the retail conversation on Instagram before a client even comes into your salon. Next one is tips and tricks posts. So this could be Style Saturday, Main Monday, Technique Tuesday, quick tips, right? And this could be processing photos. This could be photos of you working on a client. This could, again, be you mixing up color or maybe a stock photo of color so that you can talk about whatever that is. It could talk about how to curl your hair, right? These could be all different types of things, but tips and tricks post. Next one is personal photos. Now, for those of you who said that you have never posted a personal photo on your page, this is something that I really want you to pay attention to. So this could be a selfie. This could be a photo of you by yourself, a photo of you and your partner, you and your kids, you and your dog, you and your goldfish. This could be a photo of you doing something you love. This could be a photo of you working. Here's the thing. Personal photos allow our potential clients to get to know us. And so much of our job is relationships with our clients. So personal photos allow us to get to nurture those potential clients, and they help our current clients get to know us just a little bit more. So if you have not posted personal photos on your Instagram page, I definitely want to recommend you do that. And lastly, salon photos. So this could be photos of the inside of your salon, photos of the outside, photos of you working, photos of your station, photos of the shampoo area, whatever that might be. These could be any type of salon photos to help show off the client experience. Because as a potential client, you kind of want to know what you're walking into. So salon photos are a big one. Okay, so let's talk about how to find old content, because maybe you have run out of content. I know so many of you said, I've run out of content, I don't know what to post. So number one, you could go find old photos in your phone that you never use. And I promise you that you will be surprised at how many good photos you have that you've never used. In fact, I was doing this yesterday, trying to find a post, trying to find something that I'm like, what have I not posted before? So I actually found a video that I never posted. It was something that I took from my stories and I never shared it. And so I shared it as my post. It has over 20,000 views. And it's just like a 6-second little video. It has so many comments. It's doing so well, but it's a piece of content that I had never used. So go back through your gallery. I bet you have a lot of stuff in there that you've never used before. Next one could be re-edit old photos. So this could be, instead of just posting the after, you could do a before and after side by side, or straight versus curly side by side. And here's some examples from my friend Painted Hair. She does such a great job of this. Here's one with like the balayage technique, right? The processing photo, and then the end result. So maybe she shared these photos individually on their own, but now she shared them together. And that's a whole new piece of content. And then lastly, it could be reuse photos that you've already posted. So it's okay to reuse photos. Now, the biggest thing you don't want to do is you don't want to just take the same photo and the same caption that you posted like a week ago. Like, you definitely don't want to do that. This would be content that's maybe 6 months old or a year old. And I would recommend changing the caption or the story around it. So example could be throwback to when I did this color transformation, right? And you could share it again. So I want to show you guys some examples, because personally for me, I love seeing how people incorporate this into their page and into a real world type of situation. So here's one from Elements of Jamie. And as you can see, she's got a mix of personal photos of her and her partner, her and her kid, right? Their dog. So she shows her audience who she is. Her audience gets to know her. She also has a mix of stock photos that fit her brand and tell a story. It makes her page look cohesive. And again, it breaks up the eye. And lastly, she mixes in her work. Now, I want you to know that she doesn't post her work every photo. It's almost like every other photo, right? But again, this allows you to tell a little bit more of a story. It allows her to share more educational stuff. So I just love her page. I think she's done such a beautiful job of curating it. Next one is Chandler. And I love Chandler's page because he's got a mix of these lifestyle photos of him working at coffee shops. And one of the cool things is with him, if let's say your client is really into craft coffee, and so is Chandler, like he's always at these cool coffee shops. And so your client lands on this page and they're like, oh my gosh, this guy is always at coffee shops. He goes to my favorite local coffee shop. This is the stylist for me. We already have something in common. And nextly, I don't think that's a word. Next, he mixes in his work with stock photos to tell a story and make his page flow. So you can see from Chandler's page that it just looks so cohesive. He's got these pops of greenery in there and these browns and kind of, warm tones in there. And you're able to see his work. It's almost every other photo again, where it just breaks up the eye and his page looks so cohesive. Now, this last one is my example with Mayim, and I love it because Mayim has photos of her working behind the chair, and she also shares a lot of different educational content with her posts. So she shares different things for her clients. She does DIY things or how to do your hair, right? She mixes in stock and product photos. So she's talking about the products that she's using. She's mixing in these stock photos to, again, create more educational types of captions. And lastly, I just jumped ahead. She shows photos of her work. And I love it because she's got such a variance of work. She does curly hair and African-American hair and then these beautiful balayages. And the way that she's curated her page, you can really see what she specializes in and how amazing she is at it. All right. So moving on to challenge number 2, I want to walk through how to get over the fact of I'm overwhelmed trying to keep up with posting while I'm super busy at the salon. If this is something that you feel like you've been struggling with, go ahead and just type in the chat box a yes, and we're going to dive in. I'm going to take a sip of water here. I told you guys, I talk fast and we go quickly here. Okay, so if you're overwhelmed with trying to post and trying to keep up with everything, you have to set a plan and system in place. And I personally love the Plann app. It's Plann. And you can use a tool like this to help plan out and organize your posts. Then set it to remind you to post at the time that you schedule. So that's why I personally love this app. There's other apps out there like Planoly, Unum, UNUM, Later, Preview. There's a lot of different apps like this, but these apps allow you to figure out what you're going to post, help you organize it ahead of time, and then remind you to post at the scheduled time. So we're going to talk about how to do this every single week. So I think so often we get in this habit of, shoot, I need to post on Instagram. So we go over to Instagram and we go find a photo from our gallery and then maybe we edit it a little bit and then we go to upload it to Instagram and then we type out the caption, we find the hashtags and then we post. Well, that takes time. If you're doing it individually, it's going to take you so much more time than doing what we call batching. So what I want to encourage you is set time aside once a week to batch your content. So this would be select a couple different photos. This would be editing them, putting them into the planner app, etc. Then I want you to plan out a week's worth of content. So again, let's say you're going to post 4 times this next week. So you're going to go find 4 photos that you want to post. You're going to edit them all at once. Then you're going to pop them into Plann or Planoly. You're going to organize them, figure out which one looks best where. You're going to plan out a week's worth of content. Then with each photo, you're going to type out the captions and hashtags for every single post. So it's going to take you a little bit of time, right? But you're going to be able to do this all at once. Then what I want you to do is schedule times for these posts. So let's say you want to post on Tuesday at 8 a.m. and then Thursday night and then Saturday and then Sunday, right? What you can do is you can do that all ahead of time. So instead of doing it sporadically and just trying to like keep up, right? You can do this all at once. And this might take you about an hour, but then you're set. You don't have to think about it. So I'd love to know, is this something that you feel like you could implement into your week? Go ahead and let me know in the chat box. Just type a yes in the chat box. And this is truly a game changer. This is something that I have implemented in. This is something that some of our students have implemented in. And especially in times when life gets busy, things get hectic, things get overwhelming, having a plan like this in place will help you so much. So also one thing at the end, I'm going to tell you how you can get your hands on a content planner and toolkit that will help you plan out not just a week's worth of content, but 2 to 3 months of content ahead of time planned out for you. And I'm going to share with you how you can get your hands on that in just a little bit. And by the way, I'm going to show you how you can get it for free. So stay tuned till the end. That is coming. It's so good. So once we've kind of set up what we're going to be planning out for the week, I want to encourage you to set weekly goals. Now, I didn't want to call these weekly goals because sometimes I feel like we set a goal and then like we don't make it. It kind of feels like, ugh. But I also didn't want to call these weekly tasks because tasks can feel like a to-do list of things you just have to check off. So these are weekly goals. These are things that you want to try to do. So I would figure out what your weekly goals are, but here's some examples. So it could be take 2 clients' photos this week. So instead of worrying about, okay, I got to take every single client or you got to get at least 5 clients a day or whatever the case might be, just set a goal for yourself that, okay, this week, I'm going to take 2 clients' photos this week. That'll help take off the pressure so you don't feel so stressed out. Next thing could be, I'm going to go into the salon 1 hour early on one of the days to get product photos and salon photos, right? I'm going to go in. I'm going to go take those flat lay photos. I'm going to go take those product photos. I'm going to go take some photos of my station or have a coworker take some photos of me, right? I'm going to do that one day so that I can get content, not just to post this week, but to post in the future. And maybe the last thing would be post 3 times on my feed and 2 times on my stories. So the reason why I want you to set those weekly goals is the only way to stop overwhelm is to set a plan and start taking baby steps moving forward. Now, you don't want to make this too hard. You want to start easy. and you want to give yourself grace, and you just have to keep moving forward. The only way to stop that overwhelm of, oh my gosh, I have all these things to do and like stressing out, is to just take one step at a time and start moving forward. And if you have a plan, it helps you do that. It makes it so much less of this giant thing to tackle. It allows you to take bite-sized pieces and to help you continue to move forward. And I know that it might be tempting to skip posting, but remember, your goal is to ask, how can I be implementing the RAN framework right now of retaining, attracting, and nurturing? And again, if you're not posting on Instagram consistently, you're not going to not be growing, but you could actually be shrinking your business. And so how can we be implementing that RAN framework? All right, we're getting to challenge number 3. And I love this one because this is something that I know most likely you struggle with. Here's challenge number 3. It takes me forever to write captions and I never know what to say. If that's you, go ahead and type an amen in the chat box because I feel it. It can be really, really stressful. I agree. Captions are the hardest. I do not know what to say. LOL. I love it. I love it. I love it. So even though writing captions can feel like such a chore, they're actually more important than you think. And so captions are the one thing that boosts engagement, that establishes that know, like, and trust factor with your audience. They're the one thing that turns a lurking follower into a client, the person that's just scrolling on their feed, double tapping your post, but they never actually turn into a client. Captions are the one thing that turns them into a client. And lastly, they're the one thing that helps retain your current client. So let's talk about how to actually write these captions. So often, we tend to only focus on our photos, and we only tend to focus on how beautiful our feed looks and what we're posting on Instagram stories, when in reality, captions are a much bigger deal than our photos. In fact, captions tend to be the thing, like I said, that turns a follower into a client. This is what gets those potential lurking followers to know, like, and trust you. And this is so important. So here's the thing. I know that this has happened to you because it's happened to me. You've got the perfect photo, you're ready to post, and then you go to type out a caption, and the only thing that comes to mind is blonde balayage or caramel macchiato latte. Again, right? Has this happened to you? Let me know in the comments. Make me feel like I'm not alone. I know that this has happened to you. So I'm going to be walking you through the SCS method. And this SCS method is designed to help boost your engagement, but also to help turn those lurking followers into clients. And the SCS method stands for Strong Caption Structure. So let's talk about what the SCS method is. So number 1, you want to have a strong, catchy headline to grab people's attention and make them click to read more. So back in the day on Instagram, people didn't used to have to click to read more. You just had the whole caption there. But now people have to click to read more. And so if you don't have a strong, catchy headline, people are going to miss your caption, which the whole point of you writing your caption is for people to read it. So number 1, we want to have a strong, catchy headline. Number 2, we want to have a body of the caption that educates, inspires, or entertains your audience by adding value. So this is something that is valuable to your client. So that's why, again, blonde balayage ain't really doing anything for anybody, right? And number 3, we want to have a closing question or call to action to make your audience engage with the post. So a call to action is tag a friend below, or comment with X, Y, and Z, or call to book an appointment, right? Those would be call to actions. So I want to give you guys an example of a weak caption. Here we go. Caramel balayage I did on my client yesterday. Call to book an appointment, or caramel macchiato balayage. Insert coffee emoji, right? These are weak captions. If somebody read this, they're not going to be like, oh my gosh, I need to call to book an appointment. Wow, they just made this so easy for me, right? We think that we're adding a call to action, or we think that we're sharing something valuable, but in reality, these are not valuable at all. People are saying, yes, 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 definitely not alone all the time. I have written things like that. This is so me. I love it. So let's give you an example of a strong caption example. So here we go. I'm going to read it out. It's a little bit longer. How would you like to be able to go 6 months in between color appointments? That is a strong, catchy headline, right? Somebody who's reading that might be like, heck yeah, I want to be able to go 6 months in between color appointments. So they're going to click to read more. Then it says, yesterday, my client Jenny came in for her bi-yearly appointment. Because she's a new mom, she likes her hair to be low maintenance. So I decided to do a caramel balayage with brightness around her face to help her color last another 6 months. If you hate getting your hair color done every 8 to 12 weeks or are looking for something lower maintenance, send me a DM and we can chat to see if this technique would be right for you. Who else thinks this color looks like a caramel macchiato? Raise your hand below if you think so. So we're adding value, right? We're educating the client of this is what this service is. This is why it's important. This is who it's for. And then we actually do two things here. We ask a question and we add a call to action. So we say, send me a DM and we can chat to see if this is right for you. Starting the conversation in the DMs. And then we also say, who else thinks this looks like a caramel macchiato balayage, right? Or a caramel macchiato? Raise your hand below. So that will help boost engagement. So can you see the difference between a strong caption and a weak caption? And now I'm hoping that you're realizing, oh, maybe the reason why my captions haven't been getting as much engagement is because I wasn't following the SCS method. So I wanted to share with you this from one of our members, Halima. She used one of our caption templates inside our program, the Social Suite, and these captions are written with the SCS method in mind. And so she shared one of them and she said, I got a huge response. She said, thank you, Jamie, so much. The response was huge. I got 119 comments, 943 likes. I really appreciate all the tips you offer to allow us to actually get results. And she posted a screenshot of all the different comments of people commenting. And it was crazy to me. Now, Halima gets great engagement, but this was something that was above and beyond for her. And it was because she used a caption that had the strong caption structure method. So here's the deal. As we wrap up today, it is so important to keep showing up by posting consistently and sharing valuable content that helps retain current clients, attract new clients, and nurture potential clients. You'll be continuing to grow your business as a hairstylist, even through this time when things are so uncertain. And I know that it can feel overwhelming to post consistently on Instagram right now. But earlier I asked you, can you imagine what it would feel like to have a toolkit and plan for your Instagram that alleviates stress and overwhelm while helping you attract new followers that turn into dream clients? Some of you said it feels like a dream. It feels like it would be a game changer. It almost feels too good to be true. But now I want to ask you another question. So type in the chat box how this would feel. How would it feel if you could easily be implementing the RAN framework into your business, into your Instagram, but have 50% of your content already created for you? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to go over to the comments real quick. I'm dying. You guys are saying, haha, coffee emoji, because you guys have done it, right? Oh my gosh. So this is, I did that this morning. And Lindsay says, ooh, I love the strong caption and structure. I love it. So good. Oh my gosh. I love it. Okay. I'm going to refresh it here real quickly. Jenny says, that would be amazing. All caps. Lindsay says, amazing. That would be incredible. Do you guys love it that I like sing talk? I don't know where that comes from. I used to do musical theater and I swear that it just like comes out sometimes. That would be so amazing. 100% amazing. I love you guys are all saying amazing. Like that is so funny. Yes, please. That's eyes. Heck yes. Sign me up, says Jamie, or says Rita. Sign me up, Jamie. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, awesome. So I know that this would be something that could truly be a game changer for you. And so I want to help you. To stop the overwhelm right now and make Instagram easy again, you need 3 things. So here's what they are. Number 1, obviously you need caption or you need content, right? That would include captions, that would include photos, that would include all the things that you are posting on Instagram. If you don't have content, you can't be posting on Instagram. So number 1, to stop the overwhelm and make Instagram easy again, you need content. Number 2, you also need community. And the reason why I say this is because so often we can tend to do things alone. And right now, it is now more important to have a community of people who are supporting you, to have people who think like you, to have people you can go to ask a question to. And community is so, so big. And if you don't have a community that thinks like you, who acts like you, who you can ask advice to, then you absolutely need one. And number 3, we need a consistent plan, right? Like we talked about, it's so important to be showing up consistently on Instagram. If you don't have a consistent plan, you could actually be shrinking your business. So number 1, let's talk about content. So I want to introduce to you the Social Suite. And the Social Suite is a monthly membership that I created a couple months ago to help you have consistent content to post on Instagram. And basically the Social Suite gives you monthly content so that you're not stressed about having to spend hours each week creating it all on your own. But instead, you're able to easily show up on Instagram and consistently attract new clients while nurturing and retaining your current clients. So I want to share with you what's inside, because every single month you're going to get brand new content delivered directly to your inbox. So every single month you're going to get 30 stock photos, and these stock photos are designed to help you have content to show up, help you show off your brand, help you show off your educational, beautiful content that I know that you've created, but also help your page look beautiful and save you time so you don't have to create it all on your own. Next, you also get 15 caption templates and prompts. Now, these caption templates and prompts are some of our members' favorite items because they help you show up on Instagram without having to do it all on your own and without even having to think about it. They're copy and paste. You fill in the blank, you add in your own personality, but you're not having to create all these captions on your own. And in fact, they take anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes to write a whole entire caption, and you're good to go. You also get a surprise monthly bundle bonus. So every single month we do a little surprise bonus, and I want to share with you some examples of what's inside. But ultimately, the Social Suite is designed to help to save you time. And Courtney says, I have more confidence in posting, being able to plan out future posts, having a variety of photos and not just hair, and unique, engaging captions. She says, I've gotten a couple clients through Instagram since joining Social Suite, and definitely more engagement. It's a relief to know that I have plenty of photos to help me when I totally forget to take pictures, or worse, when the ones I take don't quite turn out as beautiful as I had hoped. I still have quality material to share. The Social Suite is designed to help keep you posting consistently and intentionally. So Peyton says, I originally joined the Social Suite to dip my toes in the water of social media workshops. I instantly fell in love and received so much more engagement. Between the stock photos and caption templates, I'm able to post 6 days out of the week right now. Being able to do this has not only made my page look so much cleaner, but has also kept me at the top of people's feeds and has led to a lot more business because I'm not forgotten. The Social Suite is designed to help convert those lurking followers into clients. And Margaret says, I've gained so many clients from Instagram. They actually tell me they've been stalking me and have full confidence in me after seeing my content and my photos. In my area, we have a lot of people moving here, but I literally gained about 3 new people last week from California and just another 2 people this week. I have absolutely loved this program. So here's some examples of what some of the Social Suite content looks like. And like I said, these are things that you can use to incorporate into your brand and help you show off all of your beautiful work. We always include different types of props. So no matter what you specialize in, whether you are a hair cutter or a colorist, or you specialize in a certain type of hair, no matter what you do, this entire prop collection is entirely diverse to help you no matter what you specialize in. As you can see, we also show different types of color palettes to really fit your brand. Here's some examples of what our monthly bonuses have been in the past. So we've done everything from different quote posts that you could post on your page. We've done Instagram story templates. We've done Instagram story highlight cover photos. And truly, these are, again, just helping you be able to show up on Instagram without having to hire a graphic designer or without having to purchase all of this on your own. They're designed specifically for you. And we've actually made a lot of them customizable. So no matter what your brand colors are, or no matter what you specialize in, they're completely customizable. And then lastly, here's our caption templates. So they're super easy. Every single month, you'll get 15 caption templates and prompts. You just copy and paste them into Instagram, and then bam, you're done and ready to go. And they are written with the SCS method in mind. And they're, again, obviously designed to help turn followers into clients. So I wanted to share with you what one of our members, Victoria, shared a couple days ago. Here's her page and how she's incorporated some of the Social Suite photos into her content. But she says, social media had never come easy to me. I would post here and there, and then I would ghost my followers for weeks. It seemed like it was another full-time job. Before I joined the Social Suite, I actually just met with somebody who I was considering hiring to run my pages, although it's super expensive. So instead, I joined Social Suite, and now Instagram is easy and manageable. And I've had 5 new clients just from Instagram this week. She said the captions are the best thing ever. I don't always use them word for word, but it makes it so much easier to come up with something cute and clever to say without spending hours having to do it on my own. Then getting caught up on not posting at all. I would recommend the Social Suite to every hairstylist who feels like social media is a struggle for them. So that's what's included in the Social Suite as far as content goes. Now, like I said, the second thing that you need is community. And the reason why this is so important to me is because when I worked at my salon, I had a lot of stylists that I worked with. In fact, every stylist that I worked with didn't understand why I cared so much about my Instagram. They weren't somebody I could go to and ask questions to. They weren't somebody that I could get feedback on. And honestly, they used to make fun of me for caring about my Instagram. And so that's why it's so important to be able to surround yourself with other people who get it, with other people you can ask questions to or get feedback from, or just to be surrounded by other hairstylists and salon owners who understand, like you, and who get you. So the last little feature of the Social Suite is our private community for support. And Erin says, the Social Suite has been so amazing. I've gained over 100 new followers in 3 short months, and I've had so much more interaction on my page. Talking with the other stylists has really helped in gaining confidence and collaborating ideas. It's been so nice to have a place where you can ask a question with people that really understand. And so many of our members have felt like the community aspect is invaluable. We even had a member the other day say that it was one of the best groups that she has ever been a part of. And she's like, and I'm part of a lot of Facebook groups, even paid Facebook groups. And this was the best community that I've been a part of. And so everything that's included inside the Social Suite monthly is 30 stock photos, the 15 caption templates and prompts, the surprise bonus every month, and our private community for support. It's a total monthly value of over $100. But with everything going on, I wanted to make sure that this was easily accessible for you, because I know that you are thinking about your finances. You're being very aware of where you're putting your money into. And so the Social Suite isn't $100 a month. The Social Suite is actually $25 a month. And this is our new member price only. We actually have plans to raise the price in the future, but one of the great things about being a member, and when you join in today, you get your membership rate locked in for life. So $25 a month, that actually breaks down to 84 cents a day. And I just want to say that I know that your time is worth more than 84 cents a day. Think about being able to get your time back, being able to just post on Instagram and not have to think about it all the time. Is it worth less than $1 a day? Or think about it this way. If you go to Starbucks or get a latte once a week, then literally you would be saving money, because it's less than basically like $5 a week or 84 cents a day. So we also do have an annual price. And the reason why I wanted to share with this is, again, I know so many of you are being very cautious about what you're spending every single month right now. And I know for some of you, you don't want to add on another monthly expense. And so I actually created this yearly price where it's $250 a year. But here's the greatest thing about it. With that price, you actually get 2 months for free. So it's really only paying for 10 months out of the year. And you get access to this bonus workshop. Now, this bonus workshop is called How to Get Big Hair Brands to Notice You and Want to Work With You. I haven't taught this workshop in about a year. And the last time I taught this workshop, people were literally asking if they could join in, asking if they could pay to be a part of this workshop. It was such an incredible workshop. We had so many members get so many great ideas from this. And when you join at the yearly member rate, you're not only getting 2 months for free, you're saving money, but you're actually getting this workshop for free. And this workshop is valued at $197 on its own. And so literally it is such a wise investment. And one of the fun things that we're going to be talking about in this workshop is how to get big hair brands to notice you. So how to get reposted, how to get brands to start sending you stuff for free. I know you've seen probably some influencers or people you follow get products sent to them for free. And you're like, how the heck do I do that? If you've ever wondered that, I'm going to be sharing with you all the secrets, not only that I have learned with the relationships that I've had from different brands and different publications, but I'm going to show you how you can do it. And this works no matter how many followers you have. In fact, one of our members who went through this workshop, she had under 1,000 followers, yet she was still having extension brands, brands like Biolage, brands like Redken, send her products to try out for free. So you don't have to have 10,000 followers in order for this to work. It works even if you have a small following. And when you join in at the member rate, you're going to get access to this workshop. It's going to be hosted in a couple weeks. I'm literally so excited to teach this workshop. So again, with the annual price, you don't have to pay monthly. You pay one time for the year. You get the rest of the year. You get 2 months for free. It ends up being $20 a month when you break it down, and you get access to that private workshop. And ultimately, if you join in at the year rate, it actually breaks down to like 66 cents a day. So it's such a no-brainer. Like I mentioned earlier too, as a new member, your rate never increases as long as you keep an active membership. So when we raise the price in the future, as long as you stay an active member, you keep that rate locked in. So when you join in at $25 a month or $250 for the annual, you keep it locked in no matter how long you are a member. And one thing I want to mention is too, there's no contracts here. So you are not locked into a contract where it's like your phone, where you like get a penalty if you have to cancel. You can literally cancel at any time. So you could join for a couple months and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm not using this as much, or this isn't for me. You can cancel at any time. So there's literally no risk involved. There's no penalties. You just have to let us know within 7 days of your billing date, and you can cancel at any time. Now, I always like to throw in extra bonuses. If you have been around me for a while, you know that I love to hook my people up. So today the doors actually closed to Social Suite. And so we threw in this last class just as like a last minute thing for those of you who had been wondering about it. But because today is the last day that you can actually join Social Suite, I threw in an extra little bundle of stock photos. So I created these stock photos for you to be able to share with your clients how you're keeping them safe in the salon. So we did some like fun little barbicide, disinfectant, hand sanitizer posts that you can share on your page. These are $47 value. We threw them in for free. When you join in today, you're gonna get this extra little bundle of photos on top of all of the content that's already in there. And lastly, for those of you who are watching this class right now, if you decide to join the Social Suite while we are still here live on this class, we're going to go to Q&A in a second, but if you decide to join while we're here live on this class, I wanted to throw in one last bonus for you. So I wanted to share with you the Content Planner and Toolkit. And what this Content Planner and Toolkit is it's going to allow you to plan out the next 2 to 3 months of content all in just a couple hours. And it's going to give you a ton of different content ideas that don't rely on you having to be in the salon, having to take client photos. So this is going to give you content ideas for Instagram stories, content ideas for photos, video ideas, how to find old content, how to repurpose old content, and it's going to help you plan out the next 2 to 3 months of content. This is a $97 value. I'm literally throwing it in for free just for those of you who are live here on this class. Now, here's how you can get access to that bonus and join in. So you have to go to jamiedana.com/join. If you go to the other links that are out there, they will not work. You will not get this bonus. You have to go to jamiedana.com/join. That's only for people who are here watching live on this class. And I wanted to let you know that today is the last day that you can join. Like I said, we threw this class in kind of last minute. The doors are only open to new members until tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard. And again, if you want to join in, you can join in at the $25 a month, or you can save money and join in at the $250 for the annual rate and get that bonus workshop. So I'm going to switch over to Q&A real quick. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat box right now. My husband, Mark, is actually in the chat as well. He's going to be pulling for us all of the questions. So if you have any questions about Instagram, if you have any questions about what we talked about today, or you have questions about the Social Suite, go ahead and type them in right now. We're going to get those pulled up. Again, somebody says, what if I already joined on this call? If you joined on this call, if you click the link below or you went to jamiedana.com/join, then you will get access to that bonus. So it will already be in your membership site as well. Let's see here. I'm from St. Louis. I'm so excited to be tuning in. Can I use that to schedule posts as well? Absolutely, yes. That content planner and toolkit you can use to schedule posts in, and then you would just use an app like the Plan app to remind you. So I'm going to switch over my screen here. I'm going to bring this up. Hey guys, how are you? I love it. Missy says, I sing talk too. I freaking love it. I love that you guys feel me in. Anna says, I just joined in. Heck yes, Anna. I'm so excited. There we go. There's my sing talk again. Okay, go ahead and type in the chat box any questions that you guys have. We're going to be pulling them and going to be answering them. And while we do that, what I want to do real quick is I want to head over. I'm going to take a sip of water while those are getting typed in. Oh my gosh. I see Missy that just joined. She literally just joined 2 seconds ago. Somebody else just joined, KL Design. It'll pop up in a second with their name. Anna, I see that you came in. Kimmy joined, Amanda, Sandra, or Sandra. I saw Sandra in the comments here. Or Sandra, I'm not sure how you say it. We have Jean who just joined, Kristen, Sierra, Carly just joined, Janelle, Michaela, Gloriana, Diana, Erica, Liv. We have Kaylee who just joined, Kendra, Alexis, Marco, Brian, Samantha. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. If I have missed your name, I apologize. It's just coming in real quick. Jordan, let's see here. Kim, that was KL Design. I love it. Like I said, it just refreshed it here. Okay, I'm going to jump over to the questions. And again, for those of you who are wanting to join in, go to jamiedana.com/join. I'm going to answer some questions for a little bit. And then, like I said, as long as you join in while you're on this call and you use that link, it's active right now. And then once we jump off the call, we're going to deactivate it because I want to make sure that it's only for people who are here live on this call. So jamiedana.com/join. Okay. Jay Hart says, I'm not a hairstylist, but I thought this course would be helpful, and it was. And now I want to join because it sounds so good. I love it. So I'm just going to answer that question for those of you who might not be hairstylists who are wondering, is this going to be right for me? So it's definitely geared towards hairstylists who want to grow their business behind the chair. All of the captions are written that way, and all of the products and tools inside the photos are geared towards hairstylists. So if you are another beauty professional, chances are it's probably not going to be the right fit for you. However, we have some thoughts about creating something for you in the future. We don't have anything yet, but just stay tuned. I'll always definitely be sharing that. And one other thing that I wanted to mention too is you might be thinking, will this work for me? I use this brand or I use these types of tools. Will that work for me? Yes. So one of the great things about this Social Suite membership and something that separates us from any other stock photos out there is we are non-branded. So what that means is if you use a certain color line, if you use a certain type of product in your salon, or you have a different retail product, all of the things that are inside of Social Suite photos, they're all non-branded. You're never going to see a brand. The only thing that you will see is certain hot tools, right? You might see certain hot tools or brushes, but you're never going to see any products that are like Wella or Goldwell or whatever the case might be. So all of that stuff is non-branded, no matter what retail line you carry or what color line you use. Jay says, I want captions written for me for retail posts. Yes. We actually have, I think, 2 or 3 captions this month specifically written to help you sell retail products. So every single month, you're going to get a variety of different types of content or different types of captions. Like I said, they're all written with the SCS method in mind, not just designed to get clients to be, or followers to become clients, but also to help you sell retail products as well. So great question. Oh, this is a great question. Is there a best time of day to post? What is the best time? What is the best day? So there's never just like a blank answer on this one. It's always going to depend on you and your audience. So one cool thing about the Plan app, if you have it connected right, you'll be able to actually see, I believe, now that I'm saying that, I'm wondering if they changed it. You used to be able to see in the Plan app what day and time was the best for you. But even if that doesn't work, I'm just realizing Instagram updated their API. So don't quote me on that one. It might be different now. But if you have a business profile for Instagram, you can actually go into your analytics and you can see what days your audience is the most active and what times they're the most active. So this is really important because it might not necessarily be the time they engage with you the most. It doesn't show that type of detail, but it shows you how often they're on Instagram. So for instance, my audience isn't on Instagram as much on Sundays. So I might not need to post on a Sunday, but yet Mondays they are. So I'm going to be posting on Mondays. And one of the best things is you can figure out based on your audience when they interact the most. And so for me, I know sometimes nights work better versus mornings. And so that's just something that you can get over time. But yeah, the Instagram analytics will definitely show you that as long as you have a business profile for Instagram. Okay, what hashtag strategy do you use, says Mariah. So actually, this is a great question. So I actually have a free hashtag workbook. All of the hashtag strategy is in that workbook. You can go to jamiedana.com/hashtag workbook to get access to that. Lots of great stuff in there. If you want to learn more about hashtags, I won't go to it too much because it's all in that workbook. But it actually shows you how to research what hashtags will work for you. So I am never under the idea of, like, I'm not a huge fan when people are like, use this hashtag or use this hashtag, because everybody's audience and goals on Instagram are different. So that hashtag workbook will help you figure out exactly which ones will work for you. Frederica says, how do you choose the right hashtag? That workbook will help you as well. Noelle says, can you do a video on how to take great hair photos? So I actually do have a YouTube video all about this. You can go to youtube.com/jamiedana or just go to YouTube, type in my name, and I have a video about how to take amazing hair photos of your clients, how to do all of that stuff, and that is also for free. So you can go check that out. Anastasia says, thank you so much for all the info. I love it. Deborah says, as long as I join by 5, does that give me all of the bonuses? So basically, if you want to get that fast acting bonus, you have to join while you're here live on the class. So you have to join in the next 10, 15 minutes, as long as we're here live. That link is active. So again, you can go to jamiedana.com/join. After the class ends, you'll still get the other last day bonus of the 6 stock photos, but you won't get that content planner and toolkit. That expires once this class ends. So just wanted to share that, Deborah, to hopefully clarify that. And then just as a reminder, the doors to new members close tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard. So after the doors close, we won't be opening them for a while. So if you're thinking like, oh, I'll just join next week, we actually won't have the doors open for probably another couple months. So if you're thinking about it and you're thinking, this is something that I'm going to need this summer, I know that I'm super busy at the salon, this is something that I definitely would recommend joining in now versus waiting till next time, because we actually don't have a date for when the doors are going to be open again. Hadney says, I just joined. I love it. Oh my gosh, I wanted to head back over here. I still see your guys' questions coming in. Amanda just joined. Bailey, Bree, Ebony just joined. Lori just joined. I see you, Lori. How are you? Jen, Sherry, Bree with a Y. I really like that. Very cute. Rachel, Crystal, Cherie, Janine, or Jenny, Topaz, Rita, Jillian, Jocelyn, Mindy, Hadney, Ashley, Michelle, Allie, Anthony, wow, Lindsay, AJ. Oh my gosh, I hate missing anybody, so let me keep going. Hold on, Zara, I don't know how you say it, but that's a cool name. Shayla, Candy, Brittany, Kaylee, Sabrina, Holly, Lindsay, Jordan, Missy, Kim, Anna. I think I got most everybody's name in there, so I love it. Alina says, I have to get the yearly or monthly for the content toolkit. Either one. So if you want to join at the monthly rate, you get that. As long as you join in while we're here live on this class, you'll get that content planner and toolkit if you join at the monthly rate or the yearly rate. The only difference between the two is obviously monthly, you pay monthly, right? Yearly, you'll pay once a year. But with the yearly, you save money. You get the 2 months for free. So you're basically paying for 10 months out of the year. And then you also get access to that bonus workshop. That only comes with the yearly rate. So hopefully that makes sense. But as long as you join in on this call, you'll get that monthly planner and toolkit. Okay, let's see here. I don't do hair, but I do Herbalife. Can this help me grow my Instagram? So again, this is definitely geared towards hairstylists who want to grow their business behind the chair. So for your case, I would say no, it would not be a right fit for you. Okay, Jenny says, can I join with the $25 a month and go to the $250? How does that work? So yes, we're allowing that until tonight. So here's the reason why. If you join in at the monthly rate and then you're like, you know what, I want to upgrade to the year. I want to get that extra bonus of the workshop. I want to save money. As long as you let us know by tonight, we can switch over your account. We just have to know before the doors close tonight. Once the doors close tonight, you are stuck with your monthly membership. You can't upgrade. So if you want to do that, you can totally join in at the monthly rate. You can take a peek inside, get an idea of what it looks like. And then if you're like, you know what, I really want to invest in this for the year, I want that extra bonus, just send us an email, jamie@jamiedana.com, and we can get that taken care of for you. Oh, super good question. Hi, I'm from Florida. What do you suggest for salons that remain closed? Would the social suite help in any way sell retail? Yes, yes, yes. So the stylist that I shared, Halima, who had posted about how her salon or how that strong caption structure really worked, and she got like 900 likes and 116 comments. She actually used the strategies inside one of our other programs, Oh Hot Gram, but she also used a lot of the social suite content, and she was able to, during quarantine, get this, you guys, she was able to make $15,000 in retail sales while her entire business was shut down. So yes, absolutely. If you get shut down again, or for those of you who are still shut down, or for those of you who are worried about getting shut down again, yes, yes, yes. The social suite is going to give you a ton of content to be able to post while you're out. It's going to be able to give you captions to write. And again, they're all written in that way to help convert people into customers. So whether that means a client or retail sales, yes, yes, yes. And also inside that content planner toolkit, that is all content that you can do without being in the salon. So it doesn't rely on you having to see clients to create that content. So for those of you who are thinking like, okay, you know, I might get shut down, that is a huge resource that will help you create content even without having to be in the salon. And one thing I want to mention is too, it'll help you plan the next 2 to 3 months of content, and it's actually reusable. So for those of you who are like, cool, I'm going to plan the next 2 to 3 months of content, then you can just take the content planner and then use it again. So it really is something that could help you plan out like the next year's worth of content. So I just want to share that with you. Mariah says, I just got the hashtag workbook. Thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Bill says, does the yearly membership price include personal coaching from you? No. So all of the membership, you get access to that community Facebook group where you can get feedback from the other members, but it is a community-led Facebook group. I do have another program that's not available right now called Oh Hot Gram, where that has a little bit more of a personal coaching side for me. But I am inside the Social Suite Facebook group, giving suggestions and sharing different fun things and tips. And so our team is in there, and then it's also a community-led Facebook group. So hopefully that clears up your question, Bill. Okay. Oh, this is a great question. So what about African American hair or Afro-Caribbean hair? Would this work for me? Yes. Such a good question. We actually get this question a lot of, what if I specialize in a certain type of hair? What if I specialize in curly hair or black hair or, you know, Afro hair or whatever the case might be? Yes, it would work for you. In fact, we actually have been working really hard to make sure that it's very inclusive, again, which is reasons why we don't include brands. We don't include any hands or hair in the photos at all. Occasionally you will see things like extensions or wefts of hair, but we're actually working even to make that our collection of all of those prompts even more diverse, to add in curly, all of that kind of stuff as well. So yes, it is very much designed to be very inclusive, no matter what type of hair you specialize in or what kind of techniques that you do. So I'm glad that you asked that question, because we actually have gotten that question a lot, and it's something that we're actively working on to make it as much as diverse as possible, but to make it as inclusive as impossible. To make it as inclusive as possible, because that's something that's really important to us. And we have a lot of stylists who are in there who are African-American, who are braiders, who, like I said, curly specialists. We have a lot of bridal stylists in there that don't even work in the salon, but they do bridal hair, or they do weddings or freelance. So again, it really works for you if you are a hairstylist wanting to grow your business, no matter what that looks like. Alina says, I just joined. I love it. I love it. Oh, good question. Somebody says, can we go back and purchase past releases? So right now, we actually don't have an option to purchase the vault. We're working on something, and maybe something in the future. But that's one of the really cool things is, as long as you're a member, you get access to every single month that you have purchased. So when you join in, you're going to get access to July's content. And then as long as you stay a member, you get access to every single month going forward. And so we actually recommend that our stylists, obviously stay in the membership as long as possible. We have members all the way back from November, and they've got access to all of the content. And so one of the really cool things about that is you're creating a content bank. And this is what I love, because let's say that you use maybe 5 of the captions from July and you don't use 10 of them, right? And so what you can do is you save them in your content bank. Maybe you have a note section on your phone, or you have a gallery or an album in your phone, right? And maybe you use a little bit of the content this month, and then maybe in 3 months from now, in October, you're like, I need another caption. And so you can go back to your content bank. You have all the stuff from July, all the stuff from August, all the stuff from September. And now you can comb through all of the extra stuff that maybe you didn't use. And you just create this huge content bank. And so it's been so fun. We have members from November who are now posting some photos of like, oh my gosh, I love this photo in November. It really fit my feed. I'm going to post another one. So yes, that is a great, great question. Let's see here. Does this plan work better with a laptop, says Rita? It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a laptop. You could do it right on your phone. In fact, we actually have videos of like how to download all the content right on your phone. We have an app, so you can literally download the app. You get all the access to everything right on your phone, which makes it easier because then you can just always have all of the content, all the photos right on your phone, easy to access. So you don't have to have a laptop. Okay. What is your thoughts on restructuring, rebranding the look of your Instagram page? Okay, so this is actually a huge question that we get, especially from a lot of new Social Suite members. And if you go to jamiedana.com/join, you can go over to that page. That's our website. And I want you to scroll down because you'll be able to see a lot of our members' pages, and you'll be able to see how they have incorporated the Social Suite content to make their page look that much more branded and that much more cohesive. And one thing I want you to notice is how they've all done it in such a different way that their pages still look so unique and still look like their brand. So go check that out again, jamiedana.com/join. You can head over there. But this is something that's really helpful. It's a really helpful tool to help you restructure your page, because it can be really hard to start making your page look really good. Like maybe you saw the screenshot of all the hair photos and you're like, okay, that is my page. Like, what am I going to do, right? How do I start adding personality in? This would be such a great place for you to start because you'd have access to that content. And one of our students actually just shared this a couple days in the Facebook group. That she's actually a cosmetology student. And she says, Social Suite allowed me to be able to create and curate my Instagram page with only using 2 client photos. Like, what? In fact, if you want to check out her Instagram is spellbound_mains. Spellbound_mains on Instagram. Her page looks incredible. And she is a cosmetology student and used the tools inside of Social Suite and the ideas that she's gotten from the Facebook group and things that she shared in the community to literally be able to create this stunning Instagram page with 2 client photos. So if she can do it, absolutely it can be done. And I know for a lot of you guys asking, will this work for me if I'm in cosmetology school, or is this just for people who have clients? Absolutely, it'll work for you if you're in cosmetology school. She's a prime example. But this is actually something I wish that I would have had in school. Like Instagram wasn't even around back then. But this is something that if I could go back and I had to be back in beauty school, I wish that I would have had something like this to help start building up my page and help me start to be able to learn how to use Instagram so that when I get to a salon, I already have content. I already have an established page. I already have an established brand to be able to market to. So let me scroll up here. We have 2 different comment sections. So I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything over here. Let's see here. Okay, cool. Alina says, once I join, will I automatically get everything sent to my email? Yes. So once you join in, you'll see a little thank you page where I'm like, yay, you're in. Oh my gosh. There's also a little fun thing at the bottom on that thank you page if you want to share a little graphic onto your page talking about it. That way I can see it. So definitely make sure to tag me in those. I want to see those. But yes, if you join in, you're going to automatically get an email, and it usually takes a couple minutes. Probably right now we have a lot of people joining in, so it might take a few minutes. But if you, again, go to jamiedana.com/join, you'll get in. And then if for some reason it doesn't come in, send us an email, jamie@jamiedana.com, and we can get that looked into for you. It might have gone to your spam folder, but I believe it's something, it's like the social suite. It'll say something like that. It says like you're in. So yeah. Okay, let's see here. Sierra says, is this good for anybody in the beauty industry? I'm a nail tech. I shared this earlier, but it's definitely designed for hairstylists who are trying to grow their clientele. So as of right now, I wouldn't recommend it for anybody, other beauty professionals. But like I said, if we work on something in the future, which we have some ideas on how that could possibly work, I will definitely share about it because we do get that question a lot. Okay, Candy says, should I change my profile to a business profile? I like the additional things we get in personal, like music. Okay, so this is actually a huge misconception. A lot of people think that the personal account on Instagram gets the music button and business accounts don't. And actually, that's not true. In fact, I have a business account. I have the music button. The reason why that is a lot of accounts for some reason, just don't have access to that music button. I do not know why. There's a lot of things when Instagram releases them that only get dripped out to a certain amount of accounts, and there's not any way to be able to tell like why that account got it, why that account didn't. I still have features on my Instagram account that I don't have that other people have. So frustrating. I don't know why it is, but the music feature is one of those ones. But if you have a personal account, I highly recommend switching over to a business account because you're able to have things like your address in there. You're able to have things like text or call button. You're able to have an email button in there, and you're able to see the analytics. The analytics are huge. I don't know if you know me, but like, for those of you who have been around my parts for a while, I am a huge numbers nerd. And so being able to see those analytics is so important to know what's doing well, what's not doing well, what's getting comments, what's not. All of that stuff is super important. So yeah, let's see here. Okay, so let me just check here. We have a couple more questions that I'm going to answer. And while I'm still answering, again, if you have any more questions, I'm going to stay on for just a couple more minutes to answer them. I want to make sure that I get your question answered. So type them in the chat box if something comes up. But I also just wanted to say, again, before I jump off, that if you want to get that content planner and toolkit, this is now kind of your last shot, because once I log off, that link is going to be deactivated and you won't be able to get it. You'll just be able to join in. So again, the doors close to new members tonight at 9 p.m. So if you're thinking about it, you're on the fence, totally cool. I know I never want to like pressure somebody into purchasing, but if you're thinking about it, you're on the fence, and you're like, oh, let me think about it for a couple hours. I just want to remind you that if you join in now, you get access to that content planner and toolkit, which is a $97 value. It's going to save you so much time. It's going to give you a ton of different content ideas. It's a huge, valuable thing, and you're getting it for free if you join in here. So just wanted to share that with you. If you're thinking about it, the doors are already closed tonight at 9 p.m., so just wanted to share that with you. Real quick. Okay, I'm going to answer some more. We have just like a couple more questions, and then I think we'll be good. But I wanted to, oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. I have like a laptop over here, and then I've got a phone over here. I just feel like all of the things. So many things. Okay, we have Bridget who joined in. We have Stephanie, Carita. I want to welcome in Megan, Gina, Lori. We have David who just joined in. I think he was in the comments as well. Haley, Alina joined in at our annual rate, so you will get to be on the oh my gosh, the bonus workshop. I love it. Tracy, we have Michael, Amber, Lindsay, Diane, Chantiel Rainbow. I love it. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I feel like I always mispronounce people's names, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Ava, Susie, we have Shannon, Mindy, Brandy, we have Amber, we have Amanda, we have Megan, we have Bailey. I hope that I'm getting everybody in here right, because if I missed your name, I apologize. If you joined in, I'm just so excited to welcome you into the community. It's so fun. It's been one thing that's been really cool over the last couple months when we launched this. The community has been something that has just been so incredible. And some of our, I would say, star students or star members, the people are just using the membership to the fullest. They have shared that the community has been something that they constantly go back to. It's a place where they ask their questions. It's a place where they go back to, and they just have felt like it's so valuable. And it's interesting that all three of them had said that, the people who we had interviewed. So just something really cool. Okay. Jenna says, should I wait to join until after I graduate beauty school? So I did share this a little bit earlier, so I don't know if you saw that, Jenna, but I would join in now. And like I said, we've had so many cosmetology students who are in it, who have felt like it has been so helpful for them, especially starting out in their journey. And one of the interesting things is when a salon owner or manager, and you go to an interview and they're like, do you have an Instagram page? You want to make sure that your Instagram page is set up well. You want to make sure that it looks good, because that is actually a huge determining factor on whether or not necessarily you get hired, but it is something that absolutely plays into it. Because if you can show that you're like, look at my Instagram page, it looks incredible. Like, I put effort into this. It goes to show that you're going to be one of those stylists who's willing to work through all the things and grow your business as well. So yes. I think it would be so good. Mariah says, sorry, my voice is getting a little cracky here. Mariah says, is there a difference between a business account and a creator account? Do you recommend one versus the other? So yes, there is. So businesses accounts are more for people who have a business, like a brick and mortar, like a salon that you work at, right? Versus a creator account is more for like influencers, bloggers who don't necessarily have like a physical location. So for those of everyone watching, I would recommend a business account. They have very similar features, but the business account allows you to have an address. And that's a clickable address, so that when somebody's looking like, okay, where's their salon? Or I made an appointment, I need to get the address, that is clickable. And you don't have to take up space in your bio for it. So I recommend a business account for that reason. Okay, let's see here. Deidre, I hope I'm saying that right. What's your best tips for building your name while you're still in beauty school? Instagram. That is going to be the best way for building up your skills, building up your just kind of your name, and learning how to market yourself. Instagram. Okay, I think that's like almost it. I think that, let's see here. Yeah, I think I literally got back to all of them. Rainbow says, I'm a cosmetologist trying to get back into doing makeup more lately. I want to attend some of your future hair classes. Will you have any hair cutting classes or coloring students? So I actually don't teach in-person classes at all. I actually don't teach hair color or cutting in person. All of that's online on my YouTube channel. So great question. But I actually don't teach those in person. And then even if I do teach in person, it's more at larger events, conferences. And as we know, all of my speaking engagements have been canceled for this year. So I'm excited to get back into the world and do some speaking engagements. But as of right now, who knows when that's going to happen. So anyways, let's see here. Alina says, is it okay to mix the two accounts or to have separate? Okay, is it okay to have two separate accounts, or should we mix the two? I have a personal and a business account, so I'd love to know. So here's the thing. I think I personally have two accounts. And the reason why is I have a personal account where I follow my friends and pages that I want to follow. And then I have my business account where I focus solely on interacting with my audience and building my business and really putting effort into that. So my business account, I put a ton of effort into, right? Like I'm posting on stories, you see me there. And then my personal account, I never post on. I literally just use it to stay connected with my friends. So for you, if that's the case, one is always has to take precedence. So I would recommend it being a business account if you do have 2 separate pages. But with a business account, you don't want to not post personal stuff. You still want to post personal stuff like we talked about earlier today of personal photos. That stuff is really important as well. So yeah, I actually have a YouTube video that goes a little bit more in depth into this and all the reasons why. But yeah, hopefully that is helpful. Okay, so that is our last question for today. Real quick, it is 11:34 right now. For those of you who are still watching, I know I appreciate people who stay till the very end. Like I am that person that's like, okay, I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So if that's you, thank you so much for staying till the end. I appreciate you so much. And it's 11:35 my time right now. I'm going to leave this page up for about 10 minutes just to give you a few minutes to join in. If you want to get that content planner and toolkit for free, I'm going to leave up jamiedana.com/join for a few minutes. And then after that, we'll deactivate that link. It'll still go to the website, but you won't get that bonus after that. So at 11:45 or 45, whatever time you're watching, it is going to be taken down. So if you want to grab that, you can grab it in the next 10 minutes, and then we'll be taking it down. But I'm just so grateful that you could be here with me today. Thank you so much for spending your morning or afternoon with me, your Monday with me. I appreciate that. If you have any questions about the Social Suite, you can come over to my DMs, ask me questions. If you have any technical questions or something's not coming through, send us an email, jamie@jamiedana.com. We'll get that taken care of for you. But if you have any questions about Social Suite or you're maybe on the fence about it, send me a DM. I'm going to be in my DMs today answering questions. It's a lot of things going on. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here today. I appreciate you. Again, I'll leave that page up for about 10 more minutes. You can go to jamiedana.com/join. And just as a reminder, the doors to new members close tonight. Once they do, they won't be open for a while, so you won't be able to join in for a little while. So anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. Have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll talk soon.